precinct committeemen were so overlooked that maybe 40% of the seats were vacant. And that's how we got them. We got them on the sneak attack. But we can't fool them anymore. They know what we're up to. They know that we're coming. They know that we're gunning for them. So there may actually be some hard-fought elections at the precinct, which normally doesn't happen, but this year it will happen. So,
Ryan,
Chuck.
One comment on that. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. This is one of the most important positions that you can fill, and I mean that sincerely.
That's right.
We started out with nothing in Shoshone County. Nothing. Now we have 30% of the county is registered Republican. Understand what I'm saying? We worked hard for our precinct. We took those precinct people who were ours, went to district, elected district officers. Those being Republican conservatives went to region. We got our people elected in region. This is the most important position in the party. Believe me, it's a lot of hard work, yeah. But if you want to save this country, this is the place to start. Get involved there, right at the grassroots level. It is the most important thing you'll ever do as far as your service to this country. And I mean that sincerely. Excuse me, Ryan.
Thank you. Good chance of winning this. Unless Mitt Romney has personally put in thousands of dollars, I think as far as turnout goes, we've got the grassroots who are doing it out of their own pocket. I think that we're going to get very close to winning this thing.
Hi. Hello. So what do I need to do?
To call an RSVP?
No.
Okay. It's 30 per person.
Already, and you gave them the token.
So it's 30 per person.
30 what?
$30.
Oh, well, I'm not real familiar with what $1's worth. Would you take 30 Federal Reserve notes instead?
I can do that.
Okay.
And then, because it's in cash, I just need your name and address.
Okay.
Just for FEC reporting.
If our indication from the last 5 minutes is any.
Voting for Ron Paul.
Why?
Yeah.
No, because we think he's a good guy. He'll make a good president.
Why are you voting for Ron Paul? Good to see you.
Thank you.
Protected. All this Ron Paul stuff everywhere. So there's Ron Paul signs everywhere. Check out that one. A really big Ron Paul sign.
How are you?
I was just wondering, who are you going to vote for in the straw poll today?
I'm not voting today.
You're not?
No.
Oh, come on.
I have not endorsed anybody, so I'm not.
Okay. Are you planning on it, or
I don't
at any
think
point?
so.
No?
I like a lot of people. You know, I know Ron really well. And
Yeah?
He's a great guy. So there's a lot of them I like, so I think I'm going to...
Stay out of the official endorsement?
Yeah.
All right. Well, have fun.
All
Enjoy
right, good
yourself.
to see you.
Yeah.
Chicago, Rick Santorum. Not mandatory, but we didn't get a representative, so. Okay, number 3, John Huntsman. Same question. Anybody for John Huntsman to speak? All right. Number 4, Ron Paul. And representing Ron Paul, please welcome Matt Shea.
I'm the 4th District State Representative for Washington. It's great to be in a room full of Republicans because there aren't that many left in Seattle right now. So, but I start off every speech by simply saying this. We talk a lot about politics, but the bottom line is our hope is not in man, our hope is in Jesus Christ. Amen? Amen. All right. Well, before I get into this, I'm a combat veteran. Served in Iraq, and I support Ron Paul. How many veterans are in the audience tonight? Raise your hand. Let's all give them a round of applause. In this room realize that we have the opportunity of a generation to turn this country around. Not slow the train down, but to actually turn the country, turn the train around. I think that opportunity is Ron Paul. And I think that the critical question of this next election is very simple. Will the Republican nominee go to Washington, D.C. and do what they said they were going to do? That's the critical question. Ron Paul's been doing it for 24 years. That's why I think he's the best candidate.
Woo! Yeah!
Now, Dr. Paul is the only candidate that has put out, in writing, a detailed plan to cut $1 trillion in the first year, to reduce the federal workforce by 10%, to end the Federal Reserve, and implement... But more than that, Ron Paul has always been against universal health care. He has always been pro-life, and he has always been against cap and trade. And I love coming here to Idaho because y'all said Obamacare stops at the Idaho state border. Many of you in this room, I think, agree with Ron Paul on the economy, but some say he's unelectable. Why? I find that hard to believe when a congressman has been elected 12 times to the U.S. Congress. Some people say, what about his foreign policy? Well, let's talk about his foreign policy tonight. Ron Paul's foreign policy can be summed up simply as this. It is better to spread the message of freedom throughout the world through our businesses and our missionaries than it is through the barrel of a gun. However, if you harm an American anywhere in the world, or you attack America, we will abide by the Constitution and either have Congress declare war on you or issue or grant letters of marque and reprisal. That's the foreign policy we should have right now, not a foreign policy where the president thinks he can do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah!
I had an Army Ranger friend of mine kind of put it best. He said, Ron Paul, his foreign policy really is about trying to make every effort to live in peace with all men. And for those of you believers in the room, you can go to Romans 12 and you can go to Hebrews 12 and take a look at that. I think it's Christian, I think it's scriptural for that as well. But I want to say something to be very clear. It is not isolationism to want to trade with every country in the world. It is not isolationism to send missionaries to every country in the world. And it is not isolationism to respect the sovereignty of other nations and the freedom of other nations around the world. That's American exceptionalism. That's what's made us the greatest country in the world. That we weren't like the Roman Empire. That we weren't like the French and the British and the Germans and the Russians and the Chinese. That we respected sovereignty around the world. That's why Ron Paul's foreign policy is the right foreign policy for America. And on that point, Ron Paul is the only candidate who has consistently voted to defund foreign aid to Israel's enemies. I support Israel, that's why I support Ron Paul. He's also the only candidate that has consistently voted to allow Israel to defend itself without U.S. permission, and that's what the Israeli generals want. Believe me, if you talk to them behind the scenes. So, President Obama has done quite a good job trampling on the Constitution, hasn't he? We need a stalwart constitutional statesman because the Constitution isn't a meaningless piece of paper. It was bought and paid for by the sacrifices of our veterans and the lives of our many dead patriots. And that, I think, for me, is the greatest reason to support Ron Paul, because we need that constitutional statesman so that our kids and our grandkids can live in peace and prosperity and freedom. Vote Ron Paul and make freedom happen. God bless you all.